Oh yeah, we got to talk about Wack versus Hater World.
Yeah, we do.
I'll give the shortest synopsis possible for the people out there, but basically, Wack got hit up last minute to pull up to a podcast. It's a local Mexican podcast called Hater World. Despite the name, I wouldn't say it's like the most haterish podcast, but they definitely, offer their opinions on shit. And the main dude on Hater World is a dude named Blue Devil.
Shouts to Blue Devil.
I fuck with Blue Devil.
I guess Wack pulled up very, very deep with a bunch of heads. And basically, Wack did what he did. I believe, he showed up with a lot of people.
Really?
He showed up with
all them San Bernardino niggas.
Yeah. I thought he was only just like him and his...
That Los Cannon be with.
Nah, and so anybody who's ever seen Wack on a podcast knows that he tends to dominate the podcast by just talking about whatever the fuck he feels like talking about. And so as a result, he basically ran that shit, was yapping the whole time, didn't really leave a whole lot of room for criticisms of him to really be levied. And also probably if you've ever watched the Adam and Wack show, you probably heard all of these criticisms addressed in the past, such as classics like you support 6ix9ine, he's a snitch. You support, or you talk shit about Suede after he died. You said you would never sign a Mexican rapper, yada, yada. A lot of the classic arguments that people wanted to see trotted out. But then after the episode
Wack has
ended,
great points for everyone.
True, but Hater World basically didn't really put up much of a fight. Kind of just fell back and let him talk, which to be fair, I'm pretty sure he's almost never done like contentious interviews like that where you're having somebody on where you basically have to duke it out, right?
But that's not what happened though. He didn't even mention it. Like he didn't mention any of
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he didn't really.
But he also said that he didn't know that he was interviewing Wack. He said that
he did. It was last minute. Yes.
He said that he knew that he was interviewing Loose Cannon and didn't know it was at the last minute with Wack. So
but two important things that Adam hasn't mentioned yet that should be mentioned is one, when Blue Devil had on multiple occasions called Wack a rat and talked about how he thought Wack was
Wack found that out after the podcast that basically it called him a whack or called him a snitch. He had said that the world would be a better place if Wack died.
Yeah.
And a few other comments such as that. And then Wack basically unloads on him, gets on a stream with him and proceeds to just like Wack loses his voice.
That's what he always does.
He lost his voice because he was yelling at him so much.
Yeah, that's how you know it's like.
Hey, look, I got a theory. My theory. Go ahead.
The whole thing with you inviting Wack 100, you inviting Loose Cannon with Wack 100. I don't know why Loose Cannon. I know I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. Like, why would Loose Cannon bring Wack 100 to a podcast when Wack 100 is well spoken and he speaks like a retard? Automatically, if you trying to get your shot, it becomes the 100 show. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, basically, I'm with it. You know what I mean? You got Wack that's producing full sentences back to back.
Not laughing because I agree. Just laughing because I'm laughing.
It's fucking funny.
Losing, just laughing because I'm laughing.
So, you know what I mean? That's a loss right there. Now, into the Hater World, so my bad for backtracking. But I had to get that off before it was too far down. I might have made you forget what you were saying.
So look, I got a theory, right? Because I think that Wack is a highly intelligent person. Now, look, don't put this down as a fact. Don't put this as a he talked to Wack, he knows something. I don't know shit. I just think that I know Wack is just highly intelligent and he'd be a couple steps ahead of shit. You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
Now, look, hear me out. I think this is my theory. My theory is Wack played dumb. I think Wack knew about all that shit. I don't think Wack is gonna go to a Sereno building and not have somebody do some research on the place that he's going.
I think he moves a little less methodically than you're assuming.
Look,
because for sure, if I was in Luce's situation there and I just hit up Wack at the last minute, I'm doing this podcast, so it would be a good look if you pulled up. I feel like he'll probably just pull up, Like he probably
Wack
expected
100 pulled up with hella Wack people too, though.
But he kind of always pulls up with a bunch of people, realistically. I think he was way more on that one.
I know.
A lot of times he'll pull up here with like two dudes.
But he knew that he was going to them Southsiders shit. He know American. He know how the Southsiders kind of feel.
That's what they were mad about him.
The intimidation tactic.
They were also mad at him because even before the interview happened or whatever, they were pissed because he pulled up to American Cholo's crib And that, like, they were looking at Hater World crazy because he just didn't really acknowledge
like
that.
You went back on the ride, so you didn't say nothing about it, but that was like a intimidation. And then like him yelling, like, where you at? We can get out, nigga. Whoop. You over talking him
right now.
If you called me a rat, nigga, we can get out. And everybody backs down.
Nigga.
Everybody backs down when he says that because it's like a little tweak in the paperwork that's out. So he tries to gain that little gap. I really don't care, but at the end of the day, your name looks shaky when everybody reads this shit. And then
you're talking about Wack.
Yeah. Then you get mad when they say it. Then it's, we can get out. Where you at? And that's like intimidation. Like, but you blowing up for what? If it ain't that, just show the facts that it ain't that. It ain't no need to blow up over some snitch shit. Like, can't nobody call me a snitch and make me blow up because it's impossible for me to be a snitch.
But okay, if the argument against Wack and the argument calling him a snitch is strong, why don't people put it out there in a way that's in any way convincing to people? Because I heard people say
he's saying they get intimidated.
No, they got people that run the content all the time. They just don't got the fucking right. The platforms don't get nothing but 3,000, 4,000 views.
Shit.
You could go back and dissect it piece by piece.
If it don't got a lot of views, then it's not true.
Well, yeah,
that's my assumption.
But I'm not here to say it's true or it's not. I'm just saying his actions after people say it, I see him blow up most of the time after they do that.
You're saying that basically, like, someone will say some shit like that, and
they be like, well, we can get out. Ooh, it ain't no point of blowing up gaskets if you ain't told.
But
like, what the fuck are you doing?
But then they'll rank it and stop pursuing the issue because they don't want to, like,
the people that he do, he know that it's like a prison tactic. Like, nigga, if I get hella aggressive with you over some shit that you don't have documented, you gonna kind of back down because this paperwork got a tweak, so you can't put it on your mama, your kids, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I decided just to leave it alone. Like, hey, until somebody prove that this match up with that, then whatever. Cause like, I'm done talking about other people's life.
Yeah.
It don't match up to me.
I fuck with Wack, but I think, you feel me, scare tactic. I already know about the content that you're running on me. Because Luce also said when they was doing the Clubhouse shit the next day, he said, I told him you was running content. Luce said this. You feel me? The next day when he really went in on a nigga. So I think, all right, boom, we're going to pull up 100 niggas. You feel me? We're going to see if he say anything about the snitch shit. If he do, we going to crash. If not, boom, cool, right? I'm going to hit him again to do the Clubhouse shit. You know, that's my world. I'm going to hit him, do the Clubhouse shit. Boom, we do the Clubhouse shit. But now I also know the address of where he at. We all been there now.
That makes sense.
Now I'm finna go in on it. Nigga, why you ain't telling me that you said I would have snitched to my face, nigga? I would have knocked you out, nigga. Power room, nigga. I would have knocked you out, blood. Power room, nigga.
That was his intention
and
the
then
whole
he
time.
just like, nigga, I'm finna pull up right now. Nigga, I'm gonna cut your ass right now, blood. Power room. So I think Wack is, I think Wack's smart as a motherfucker, and he knew what he was doing. Look, but I fuck with Wack, and I fuck with Blue Devil. That's just my theory.
Yo, show the screen for 1 second. Look at how this is being characterized by some of these commentary channels. Wack 100 ends Blue Devil from Hater World's career.
Yeah.
Well, look,
that's a thumbnail. F that. Let's squabble. This is how it's being put out there by people. I don't know. I haven't like seen the shit in its entirety. This might be Hater World's biggest live stream. Look at that, 53K. That's gonna hurt if this is the most.
No, he's got bigger.
Than that. Those are clips.
I fuck a Hater World. I went over there.
Yeah.
Yo, but look it's actually it's basically tied for his second most viewed. And this is Lefty Gunplay from 8 months ago. You could assume this one's probably not still going up. So I would bet that this is gonna be his most viewed episode. Yeah. Shout out Blue Devil. I feel like
I really like Blue Devil, and
I fuck with Blue ultimately Devil. This too shall pass. You just got to stand on business. I know you got it in you.
The thing is this. So a few things that are important to know. One, I thought
I made content out of it.
I thought that Wack, one of the reasons he was going on that pod was to show that he don't hate Mexicans, because there's been this narrative about Wack don't fuck with Mexicans.
But now the narrative is kind of that he may have ethered a Mexican YouTuber's career.
Right. But I don't think that was his intention going over there. Like, until Suspect said that, that had never even crossed my mind. Like, I thought that his intention was he was going over there on some cool shit. You know what I mean? Now that you put it the way you put it, now I'm kind of looking at it a little differently. But
I don't know. That's just what I think because I think Wack is real calculated.
Yeah,
and
his
smart.
hood beef with all Mexicans.
His hood beef with Southsiders, so it's some secret hate between that.
No,
regardless,
we know
you can't. He don't gotta say it. No, nobody gotta say it. Like if I'm from right here, and if I'm from BPS and we beef with the 18, I'm gonna have a certain type of feeling about Mexicans because I beef with a Mexican gang.
Unless you personally have a relationship with a Latino.
And I'm only talking about gang member Mexican
right, 100%.
dudes. You get what I'm saying?
But that's the thing though. Like he doesn't even. There's no black gangs around him for him to beef with. Like literally all the hoods that his hood beefs with are Mexican.
You get what I'm saying? So
like,
you can't go at him about the hate for the Southsiders because why are you taking my lighter back?
Why are you drinking my water?
It's my water. Fuck your lighter.
Keep grabbing it back. He keep pulling the motherfucker to him.
This nigga's over here having a tug of war with the lighter.